Hello and welcome back. I'm DMAC and today we're going to do a review video, and that review video is going to be on this set here. Before we get into it though, I'm also going to be giving this set away at the end of the video, so stay tuned to find out how you can win this very set. So what have we got here? We have got a lovely set from Multipick, and this is the Multipick Elite 13-piece beginner set, and it's the Christina Palmer version. Now, I contacted Multipick because I get asked a lot about what sets I would recommend for a beginner. So I contacted Multipick and asked them what they would recommend for the beginner. Now, they've got a couple of options, but they recommended this one because it's got all of the tensioners you'd need and all of the hooks you'd need to start you off and get you quite far in this hobby. So let's have a look at it. First of all, it comes in a leather case. Now, I've looked at a few other Multipick products on this channel before, and they all come with the same leather stitched case. Some lockpick sets come with that horrible fake leather stuff, but this is all stitched leather, and we've got that nice embossed logo just on the bottom there, and keeps all the picks nice and safe. Nothing's going to be slipping out. And inside we have got a whole bunch of picks. As I say, it's a 13-piece set, so let's get this out, get everything out, make sure I haven't left anything in the pouch there. As I said in the intro, we've got a whole bunch of picks. Let's just quickly sort these out. A whole bunch of picks and a whole bunch of rakes, and we've got a whole bunch of tensioners there. So what I'm going to do is make this look a bit prettier, and we'll go through exactly what's in this set. So I've got all these picks set up so you can see the different profiles that come in this set. Now, when you're starting out on your lockpicking journey and you're looking at buying your first set, there is a bewildering amount of shapes of hook tips and various different rakes, and they come in a variety of thicknesses, and as I say, it can be a bit bewildering, but hopefully Multipick have taken the hassle out of it for you by paring down all those sort of shapes into the ones that you'll definitely come in useful, and I certainly agree with all of these choices here. So these come in 0.6 millimeters, which is 23 thousandths of an inch, and that's how thick this shaft is here. And what that means is that you can put a good amount of leverage on, before they'll sort of start to deform. Any lockpick, if you put too much leverage on it, you will deform that shaft. But 23 thousandths of an inch, or 0.6 is a really good starting point for beginners. It means that you can put a reasonable amount of leverage on there without worrying about them kind of bending and snapping. So let's look at what you get in the set. So it comes with 2 rakes, and really with rakes, I think when you're a beginner, I think if you're a locksmith, you would reach for a rake straight away to try and get into a lock. You might get you a quick open. And as a beginner, there's certainly something that attracts you to the hobby. I know when I first started picking, I grabbed my rakes and kind of went out and jammed them into every lock I could to see if I can get them open. And for the locks they work really well. They don't work in all locks. But as a beginner, you want to be able to play with a couple of rakes. I have seen some beginner sets that are mostly rakes and a couple of hooks, but personally I think that just having a couple in there is all you'll probably ever need, really. So these ones are, I'm not sure the exact names of these ones, but these ones, that one's got the five peaks on it, and that one's a 4 peak. That one's slightly deeper, that one's slightly narrower, so they give you a choice of what keyways they can go into. And as with all multi-pick picks at the bottom here, Elite tells you it's the range. This is the PN69 rake, so you can always find it again if you needed to. There's a unique serial number there, which is unique to this pick. And at the bottom there, you can just see 2023. If I get it in the right light, there you go, 2023, and that tells you the year of manufacture. And that's true of all of the picks in this set. And on the other side, you've got that kind of snazzy Locksport design, which is nice. So yeah, that's the rakes. Excuse me. 2 rakes, pretty much all you need. You really don't need any more rakes than that. We've got a half diamond in the set as well. Now I've kind of placed that between the rakes and the hooks. Some people will use the half diamond as a hook because you can single pin pick with it, because you know it is essentially a hook shape, as you can see there. But that little bump on the front just allows it to sort of slide in and out because it's very similarly shaped, similar to a key. And because of that, you can kind of use it for zipping, where you kind of put this at the back of the lock, you'll apply a bit of tension and you just pull it out and up as it sort of strokes past all of the key pins. You can quite often get again open. So really great for picking, but also great for zipping. And then looking at the hook profiles, I did do a review of another multi-pick set, which was the advanced pick set by Christina Palmer as well. And that also has all of these profiles in it, and it also had this one in, which is a really unusual profile. It kind of looks like a probe. So a probe is just a straight pick that you can use to pick tubular locks or something like that. But this one here, I think it was developed by Christina Palmer, almost to replace a short hook. And I've really found that this comes in useful in certain keyways for locks with certain bitting. But it is, out of the entire set that I looked at previously, it is one that I reach for regularly to try and get opens. And it just kind of sneaks in there. It's an unusual design, as I say, but one that I've found really useful. So onto the more sort of classic hooks. We've got a short hook, a medium hook, and a deep hook. And really, for a beginner set, that's pretty much all you need. You don't need the sort of fluff and fancy stuff that comes in particularly a lot of the sort of cheaper sets. I think when you first look at those sets as a beginner, you think you're getting more for your money, but really you're getting a lot of filler and fluff. And that is something that this set doesn't have. I would always say to someone when they're starting out, I would always recommend a good selection of tensioners, which this set has, which we'll look at in a minute. Couple of rakes, you don't need any more than that really. You know, maybe the half diamond, and then a short, a medium, and a deep hook. Let's just try and get these in focus. So we've got the short hook profile there, and then we've got the medium hook profile there, and then we've got the deeper hook profile there. And pretty much with those three hooks, you can open up the majority of locks that you'll need when you're starting out. And certainly a lot of locks as you get more advanced in the hobby. Anything else, it's kind of fun to have various different kind of reach and hybrid tips, and the more unusual tips like that. But it's something you can build on really. Short, medium, and deep hook, couple of rakes, and a great selection of tensioners will get you into a lot of locks and start you off great on your journey. So what we're going to do now is have a look at the tensioners. While many beginner lockpick sets come with so many different profiles, as I said earlier, which can generally be like fluff and filler, one thing they lack is tensioners. Now, tensioners are almost as important as pick selection. If your set just comes with one tensioner, that's only going to fit in some locks, and if you can't get a tensioner into the lock to tension it, then you're not going to be able to open it at all. So you know, your nice variety of picks are next to useless unless you're able to tension it. And that's another thing that I really like about this set. It comes with six different tensioners. They're the same design. You've got these three here, which are bottom of the keyway, these three here, which are top of the keyway, but they are kind of interchangeable a little bit, and they come in three different thicknesses. So let's just have a look at the bottom of the keyway ones. As with the other set, they're all sort of laser engraved there. So we've got a 1.3, a 1mm, and a 0.8, which is really good because, as I say, you know, you might not be able to get the thick one into one lock, and the thin one might be too floppy in that lock. And you've got those same sizes in the top of the keyway. So let's just see how they work in a lock. So I've got an 1100 here. So if we're using a bottom of the keyway, see that one fits in, but he's kind of too stiff. So if that was the only tensioner that came with your set, you wouldn't really be able to pick this lock. So let's go down to the next size, which is the 1mm, and that sits in there really nicely. And the way they're designed to be used is just put in the bottom of the keyway like that, and then we can go ahead and pick the lock, hopefully. And the top of the keyway ones, let's pick that middle one as well. sit at the top of the keyway, and in certain locks you might find it more comfortable to tension that position, but you can also put these in at that position, which again might be more comfortable for your style of picking. Now, I generally would use top of the keyway tensioners over bottom of the keyway tensioners, and that's because by fixing this in the top of the keyway, you're able to use all of this room down the bottom. Sorry, going out of focus there. Use all this room down the bottom to get various different types of hooks in. If we compare that once again to the bottom of the keyway, because we've filled up the bottom of the keyway with our bottom of the keyway tension wrench, we now haven't got as much room to get up to those pins. Now you may be asking, well, why do you need the bottom of the keyway at all? And that's because all keyways are different. I've got this one here, and if we look at this one, it's paracentric, which just means that this little blob of wood in there is stopping us using the bottom of the keyway in the same way that the American lock did. The American lock, we can just get all the way up, but this one we can't do that. So in this case, let's see if that one fits in. Yeah, the 1mm fits in. Since we're not using that space at all, we can put the bottom of the keyway tensioner in, we can tension the core like that, and then we can go ahead and pick the pins. And when you're using a bottom of the keyway tensioner, you can see the pins much better. As you can see, you just see the first pin nice and clear there. So you get a better view of the pins. So if we just compare that, let's see if I can use one of these in here, find one that fits, maybe that one. I mean, we could use this to pick that lock. It's a little bit more uncomfortable, but you'll find sometimes that because you've the top of the keyway kind of obscures those pins, it can make it a little bit more problematic because you can't actually see what you're doing too well. Get those locks out of the way, and as I say, they come in the 3 different thicknesses. So between the top of the keyway and the bottom of the keyway wrenches, you've got a really good selection there to tension a lot of different locks. So in summary, I think what we've got here is a really well-rounded kit that's certainly going to get you started and also last you for years. There's no fluff, there's no filler, there is just the essentials. We've got a couple of rakes there, so you can, rake locks, have fun, abuse master locks, we all like to do that. And then you've got, 5 different hook profiles from, short hooks to deep hooks, which will get you into a lot of locks, and then 6 different tensioners in 3 different sizes, and it's all wrapped up in a nice leather case. What more could you want? I think it's a fantastic set for a beginner. As I say, quite a few beginner sets are, got too many rakes, too many strange profiles, not enough tensioners, and this one is a really well balanced set made of quality steel, which will last years and years and years. Now this set obviously is available from Multipick. I'll leave a link to their website below so you can go and order shiny products like this. And if you do, Multipick have been kind enough to give me a code, which I'll just leave down there, which will get you 10% off in their shop, which is fantastic. Okay, giveaway time. How do you get your sticky mitts on this beautiful Multipick Elite 13-piece beginner set? Well, firstly, you've got to listen very carefully to what I'm about to say. When I did my last giveaway, one of the winners that I drew didn't get in contact with me within the prescribed 48 hours, and so their prize had to go to someone else. And you don't want that, so you need to make a note of when I'm going to do the draw. So today is the 20th of May 2023. I'm going to do the draw in 7 days time. That's Saturday the 27th of May 2023. I'm going to do the draw at 1800 hours GMT time. So just make a note of that, just in case you're in a different time zone. So what I need you to do is to put that date on your smartphone, set a reminder, write it as a note, stick it on your fridge, tell your cat, tell your mum, let someone remind you. On the 27th of May 2023, 1800 hours GMT time, I will do the draw, so make sure you're there to watch that video, because otherwise you could miss out. Okay, what do you need to do to actually enter the giveaway? Firstly, you need to subscribe to my channel. Now, this is open to current subscribers, but if you're not subscribed, you just need to click on the information below and subscribe. or at the end of the video, I'll leave a DMAC logo up in that corner. Click that, subscribe. There you go. That's the first thing. The second thing you need to do is to just write yes in big letters down below in the comments. Anyone who writes yes will be entered into the draw. If you don't write yes, you won't be entered into the draw. So there you go. It really is that simple. And if you didn't follow any of that, I'm going to write it all down in the description of this video so you can just brush up on that. But most importantly, make sure you're watching on the 27th of May 2023 around 1800 GMT time, because that's when I'm going to do the draw. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Good luck to everyone. It's a fantastic kit. Whoever wins it will be really pleased, I'm sure. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you later.